Welcome everyone to the next edition of Neo Reality Thoughts. I'm back with I'm your host Eric Brown, aka Neo Reality Entertainment. Today we're talking about we're going a trip down memory lane with wrestling. We're going with Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the rising heavyweight Kenny Omega. The big encounter for the vacant Intercontinental Championship. Now, here's the story that I did get. So, the story when I was doing my research before watching this match was that it is January, New Year Dash. Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles' final night in New Japan Pro Wrestling had occurred. Kenny Omega had ousted AJ Styles and had pinned Nakamura clean in the ring in their tag team match. Bullet Club was now under the command of the Cleaner, and Shinsuke Nakamura had resigned the Intercontinental Championship to New Japan Pro Wrestling Management since he had signed with WWE. And now you have this giant power vacuum with the loss of Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. And now they need to finally build up Kenny Omega, the next big foreign heel, the foreign wrestler, to help build up their market. And what better way to do it than have Kenny Omega take over Bullet Club, the most anti-New Japan faction in history. And this would lead to a match between Kenny Omega and Hiroshi Tanahashi for the now vacant Intercontinental Championship, IWGP, at the New Beginning event in February, less than a month later. And this match, if I'm correct, this was the beginning of their history with the match. I'm going over some IC title matches that I found interesting. So that means a certain styles clash would eventually occur in Wrestle Kingdom beforehand. But we'll get to that when we do. But I have something planned for that day or some other match. But let's see. I'm on... So, this match between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega, this would be the first of their matches. I don't know. I need to double check on that. Don't quote me on that because, like I said, I'm not well versed with New Japan Pro Wrestling as some people are. I'm more of a casual fan that did study a lot of the events in wrestling, but yeah, I do know Hiroshi Tanahashi saved in New Japan from the Dark Ages. And now you got Kenny Omega, the next big star in the making, heading into New Japan, replacing AJ Styles, who had replaced Finn Balor, and that was all Bullet Club stuff. But now we got this whole thing going. So... So I was looking into this match. I decided to watch it for funsies, and it was pretty damn fun for the most part. Since this was Bullet Club, at the time they had out there was Yujiro Takahashi and the then young boy or the young lion of New Bullet Club, Cody Hall, the son of Scott Hall. Sadly, he didn't really do much in New Japan. He was there, got injured, then left, mostly competing in tag team matches. So yeah, Cody Hall didn't really, and I don't think they ever tried doing it again with the whole Bullet Club doing their own young lion kind of style. But yeah, that's basically what had happened. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my bearings straight with this, but yeah, I was doing my research regarding Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega's historical feud, and we all know how that ended with Kenny Omega, never being seen again in New Japan, and it's going to be probably a long time before we ever see him in New Japan, since if all the stories are true about how, Kenny was almost banned for 10 years by the Japanese government because reasons. Yeah, I still don't get that. If they're mad about him leaving, okay, I get New Japan being mad about it, but to ban this guy for leaving because he wanted to go somewhere else, be with his buddies, I knew it was inevitable he would leave. He wasn't going to be there forever. Would it be WWE? Who knew? But to leave in the middle of all that. With their plans they had for him at the time. I could get why they were pissed, but what can you do? At the end of the day, this is a business, and Kenny made what many people would say is a business decision for the most part. So found found the original Wrestle Kingdom match, the last match between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega. If I'm correct, yeah, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega's match was their first ever encounter, unless you count the previous one, which was the 6-man tag team match. But this was their first singles match together, and yeah, I gotta say they did pretty good with this match for the vacant IC title. Like with Bullet, since he was in Bullet Club at the time, you would expect Bullet Club shenanigans to happen. Like at first, it looks like the match is gonna go straight for a New Japan Wrestling matchup where it's just where Kenny then asks Cody Hall and Yujiro to leave because they're outside interference, and Kenny was like, "I'll handle it, I can do it," signifying this egotistical confidence where he thinks he can beat the aging veteran of Hiroshi Tanahashi. Yeah, that comes back to bite him. And I love the selling Kenny does in this match, where he's selling his leg. He's hobbled. It's like the English commentaries highlighted it. Yeah, that was my criticism about the match, was the commentary, because I don't know if this was re-recorded commentary, because it just sounds so unenthused, like it should have been. But yeah, like the Japanese commentary from what I was watching was more hyped up because they were there. I don't know if these guys were there, but what can you do? But so Kenny and Hiroshi Tanahashi, they do their thing. It was borderline classic. It could have been a classic 1v1 match between the aging veteran Hiroshi Tanahashi, Rock the Ace, and the rising cleaner Kenny Omega. Since they were riding on this guy to really make it in New Japan, because like I said, they had lost Styles, they had lost Nakamura, so they needed someone to really fill that void, and now they had to also find someone to be their top regular star, and they only have Okada right now at the time. Like, yeah, there was the others, but really Okada was the priority in the world title division. But with the IC title at the time, the IC title, okay, so it's all we all love the IC title's design, a white strap, gold plates. Well, at the time, it was getting progressively worse in its design. Like the leather was decaying, it was going bad, it was looking bad, the plates were rusting. I don't even know how that happened, but yeah, it eventually did culminate with yeah, with Naito winning it and then trashing it and treating it like garbage. And for the most part, it looked like garbage, so he really just forced them to repair it and make it better again. But yeah, this was a pretty good first match between the two. We wouldn't get more. We would probably get some more later down the road. Like there would be, yeah, surprisingly, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega, they didn't have that many singles matches. They've only had tag team matches. The only time they had a singles match after this match would conveniently be their last match together. Kenny Omega's last match in New Japan. Like, if you cut out all the tag team matches they had together, and we all remember their classic tag team match with the Golden Lovers against Hiroshi Tanahashi and Will Ospreay. And a lot of people said that was a classic match. I'll probably go back and look at that and see how that was. But yeah, yeah. So Kenny Omega, like they do this moment where the Young Bucks come out and super kick Hiroshi Tanahashi. I generally did think that was it, but I was like, oh, they're still going with it. Like there's still more. There's still a couple of minutes more. When I looked at the timestamp, and then I had to watch the Japanese version for the victory speech because they didn't have that recorded in. But yeah, on the New Japan World app. But I went ahead and saw the match continue. I knew who would win because, well, this is an old match from like 2016. And I love this part where the Young Bucks are spraying this coldness in order to to get the swelling down, to try and stop the swelling of Kenny's leg, because he's really selling this like his legs hurt. And I loved when Kenny Omega mocked AJ Styles and did the Styles Clash on Hiroshi. Like, it just makes me wish, damn, we almost did get that match, but Styles left for WWE, and he's probably never gonna go to AEW. So we'll probably never get that match, even though it would have been damn awesome if it did happen. But yeah, Kenny Omega and AJ Styles. Like, Kenny even said, it's just a phone call away. Just call me if you want to do that match. We can do it. It's just a phone call away. But yeah, I just love holding this microphone and having this world title belt around my shoulder. But oh man. So eventually, I was honestly expecting like Kenny Omega to do the Kinshasa on Hiroshi to like further mock the guys who left, and because originally they were going to, I think they were, judging by Kenny's old promo when he cast out Styles, was Kenny versus Shinsuke, then Shinsuke would leave and go to WWE, but no, he had signed, and it was after New Year Dash he left, so yeah. Yeah, that was probably an awkward promo looking back on it now. And this was when he retired from the tights, from the trunks, and went to the longs, to the long trunk, to the long tracks. He would later wear for the rest of his career. So far, so good. And I gotta be honest, it's just weird seeing him just in trunks. Like, it's like, man, I have no idea how to react to that. Like, I can't imagine Kenny wearing just trunks. Like, I can imagine him wearing the long legged ones, but I can't imagine him wearing just the trunks. That's just odd. Like, it's an odd attire. You know, and if I had watched Kenny Omega back then, before he changed his attire, then I'd probably be saying something different. But it seriously looks better on him with long legged ones instead of the short ones. But Kenny would eventually hit the One Ring Angel after a couple of V triggers to the skull and the back of the head. Ouch! Still with that thunderous crack to it. And become IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Oh, one of the other things I love about this match was when the Young Bucks were getting involved and were bringing in a trash can. Michael Elling, I believe his name was, came out to Hiroshi's defense and cast out the Young Bucks, beat them down. And I was thinking, like, oh my god, a top face actually has friends and they're out to help? Blasphemous. Yeah, like, you don't see, like, in WWE, a lot of people said the same thing whenever John Cena would have friends and they get attacked by heels and he's not coming down to save the day, even if it involves a feud with him, like Brock Lesnar being up Chris Jericho and Cena doesn't even come out to help. And it's like, wow, some friends you are, Cena, and you're saying you're against bullying. You can't even be there for your friends when bullies are beating them down. Shame. Shame! But yeah, a lot of people still wish for Cena versus Tanahashi, but we'll never probably get that unless Cena really shocks everyone by going all Jericho and popping into New Japan Pro Wrestling. Probably never gonna happen, but it'd be awesome. It'd be kind of awesome. So after Kenny wins the match, he cuts this promo after the show, and he basically says, "I'm your Valentine now. Hiroshi's no longer your Valentine." And then it says, "Don't speak English. I don't care." Like, he basically, "I don't care," and whatnot, and then proceeds to head out with his trophy and his new IC title. But then he comes back and realizes, oh wait, I gotta do something. So he comes back into the ring, gets a broomstick, since he's still the cleaner gimmick, and starts sweeping the ribbons that were thrown, the streamers, and then proceeds to mock Hiroshi Tanahashi. We're doing the air guitar thing with the broom, and then he sells the leg again when he goes ahead and jumps in the air and then lands awkwardly because, like, he's really selling that, yeah, he's hurt. So I love that commitment to still sell the fact that, oh yeah, I'm hurt. I'm like really, really effing hurt. Oh man, like yeah, this was a really fun match for me. Like Dave Meltzer gave it a 4.75 on the Meltzer scale. Oh, and one other loving thing I liked was when Kenny landed on the trash can, he acted like he had thumbtacks sticked into his back, like, or he was set on fire. Like, oh my god, Kenny, you're really selling like you were tacked or inflamed, because that was kind of hilarious. Um, so, like I said, Kenny Omega would become IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Seemed like the best guy to hold it, but then I found out he only defended it once and then lost it to Michael Ellering in a ladder match. And from what I heard, that was the only ladder match in New Japan, I think. I could be wrong. But it just kind of surprised me. Like, they never did another ladder match? That's something. But, yeah. So, Kenny Omega and Hiroshi Tanahashi's vacant IWGP Intercontinental Championship match at the New Beginning event. Pretty good match. Could have been a really 5-star classic for Kenny, but yeah, the interferences kind of weighted down a little bit, and I'm a little I thought like maybe the 4.75 was a little too high, maybe a 4-star at best, because you have this outside interference going on. Like, I get this was Bullet Club, and I get it, there's a reason for it. But still, in terms of match quality, that really pegs it down. Like, unless you want to just use storytelling as the excuse. But, yeah, this was a pretty good match. I loved every minute of it. Surprised they never did a match for another 3 years between Kenny and Hiroshi in a singles matchup. And we waited, and then Dave Meltzer finally gave that match a 5.75 on the one scale, but yeah. But let's go in and ask this: which match do you think is better, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenny Omega at IWGP Intercontinental Championship match, or the Wrestle Kingdom World Championship match? You make the call, Linkara. So, yeah, those were my thoughts on Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi at New Beginning for the vacant IWGP Intercontinental Championship. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. If you like, comment, subscribe, and donate. And stay tuned for more. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.